Hello students. So we had completed the chapter of physics and that is motion. So today we will start with the new chapter or the chapter second of science, that is matter around us pure? So if we talk about the matter, you see here the matter basically it is classified or into three main types, that is the solid, liquid and gas. Before that we had discussed about the matter, and that is matter is what? Anything which occupies space and has mass is defines the matter. Okay, so that was the matter. But here the chapter is talking about that whether all the matter around us is pure or not pure. Okay. So before we go further, we should know that the classification of the matter. So here this matter is basically classified into two, and that is on the basis of the chemical classification, that is on the basis of a chemical composition of the matter. Okay, before that we had discussed that matter basically it is classified into physical and chemical classification. Okay, so the physical classification is further divided into solid, liquid and gases, and that of the chemical classification is basically divided into two. So if we talk about the chemical composition, so it is divided into two, and the two are, first is the pure substance and the second is the mixture. Okay, now in the pure substance it is again further divided into two, that is element and compound. Okay, and mixture is divided into two, that is homogeneous mixture and the second one is the heterogeneous mixture. Okay, so we will start with the pure substances. So student, when we talk about the pure substances, so pure substance is what? If suppose I am saying that this milk is pure, okay, or this water is pure, what does that mean? It means the water is having only the water particles. It means if we say this is an impure water, it means that water may contain of the dust, that water may contain of the bacteria or any other microorganism in it, or that water may contain of a dry leaves or a straw or any other kind of impurities in it. So that kind of, if that water we will call it as a impure. Okay, but if I am saying that this substance is pure or this water is pure, it means it does not consisting of any impurities in it. It means that it is made up of only one kind of a particle, and that is the water particles. Okay, it consisting of only single type of a substance in it, and that defines the pure substance. Okay, if suppose I am saying this gold is a pure gold, it means what? That this gold is having all the particles of a gold only. The same thing here also. So now we can define pure substance is that a pure substance is a substance which consisting of a single type of a substance, that is element and compound. Okay, so now see here, single type of a substance. When we talk about a single type of a substance, it means which consisting of only one type of a particles in it. Okay, one types of a particles in it. Okay, so these particles, it may be an atom or it may be a molecules. It can be anything. It can be an atom or it can be a molecule. So we can say that a pure substance is one which is made up of only one kind of a atom or molecule defines the substance as a pure substance. For example, if a sulfur element is there, so what a sulfur element means, what that sulfur element consists of a sulfur atoms only. So that particular element, if it is having a that particular atom, then we call the substance as a pure substance. Okay, so if sulfur is there, then we can say if it consisting of a sulfur atom only, then that is a pure substance. Okay, and all the elements, if you see all the elements, or if you see that of the water, so water is what, it is made up of a two element, hydrogen and oxygen, so thus it makes it a compound. So whether all the element or the compound, both of them, they are the pure substance, since they contain only one kind of a particles in it, which gives a purity to it. Okay, so we can say all the elements like that of the hydrogen or the oxygen or nitrogen, iodine, carbon, sulfur, gold, mercury, silicon, any of the element, they are the pure substance because they consisting of only one kind of a particle in it. And similarly, if we say about the compound like that of a water, so water or carbon dioxide or sulfur dioxide SO2 or NaCl, okay, sulfuric acid S2SO4, okay. So these all are the compounds which consisting of which are the made up of only one kind of a particle, making it a pure substance. Okay, so since it is made up of only one kind of a substance, due to which it is homogeneous throughout its mass. Homo means same, so it is made up of a same kind of a atom, so we can say it is a homogeneous throughout its mass. Okay, one more thing is there, the pure substance is made up of only one kind of a particle, so it is very difficult to separate them from each other. Okay, as well as these pure substances, they are having the fixed composition, and since they are having the fixed composition, thus the melting point as well as the boiling point remains the same. So see here, the pure substances, they are what? Pure substance. So pure substance is homogeneous throughout its mass. Second thing, that cannot be separated. Okay, through any physical process. Okay, as well as this pure substance is having the fixed composition, and due to fixed composition, they were having a fixed melting point and boiling point. Okay, so this is a pure substance. Now we will see here that of the impure substances, which is also called as a mixture. Since it is impure, it means it is having not only one kind of a particle, but a many kind of a particle is present in it. So we can define a mixture is what which contain a two or more different kind of a particles in it. Particles, it means it is having a different kind of a atoms or molecules in it. Okay, so the mixture is what in which you can say that it consisting of a two or more pure substances. When they are mixes together, then they form the mixture. Okay, pure substance is what which consisting of only one kind of a atom or a molecule, and the impure is what in which two or more pure substances they combine together and they form they mixes together and they become a mixture or an impure substance. Example, you can take an example of a salt. Example is salt. If salt is itself, it is a pure substance when it mix with water, H2O. Okay, so water itself is a compound which is the pure substances. So when both of them mix together, then they form a salt solution, and that kind of a resultant or that kind of a mixture is a impure substance. Not only this, milk, a very good example is milk. Why is it so? Milk is a mixture, means it consisting of water, it consisting of fats, it consisting of proteins. So all these things are present in the milk which make milk as a mixture. So milk is what? It is not a pure substance, but it is a mixture. Okay, so we can say that all the mixtures, because they are consisting of a two or more substances in it, and just because of that, since they consisting of more than one kind of a particle, make the substance as impure. A lot of examples are there, like that of the salt solution or sugar solution, or sea water is there. Okay, or sugar cane is there, rocks are there, LPG, tea, coffee, paint. These all are the mixture which consisting of more than a one kind of a particles in it. So you can see from this we come with the conclusion, and that is that this mixture is also having some kind of a property, and that is the mixture may be homogeneous or heterogeneous. It can be both, but in case of a pure, it was always a homogeneous. Mixture can be separated by physical process, and since it does not have fixed composition, and due to which it does not have a fixed melting point and boiling point. Okay, so this mixture does not having the fixed melting and the boiling point. And most of the matter which is present around us, it can exist in the it mainly exists as a mixture of two or more pure substances. Okay, so this is the mixture and that of the pure substance. Now you see here there is a difference between them. Now see the difference between that of the pure substance and mixture. So see here, this pure substance, it consisting of a single type of a substance. It means it is having only one kind of a particles in it. While that of a mixture, it consisting of two or more type of a pure substances in it. If you see the pure substance, You see, already we had discussed that they cannot be separated by any other substances, by any physical process. But mixture, it can be separated from its component through physical process. Pure substances, they are having their definite proportion and fixed composition is there, and due to fixed composition they are having the fixed melting and boiling point also. But mixture, it is does not have a fixed composition, since it is made up of more than one type of a substances, so they do not have a fixed melting point as well as fixed boiling point. So these are the things which make differ the pure substances to that of the impure substance, or we can say that the pure substance can by that of the mixture. Okay. Okay, now we will see the next topic, that is element. Okay, so the chemical classification is basically divided into two, pure and impure, and pure substances further classified into element and compound. So we will start with the element. Okay, so already we had discussed that element is a pure substances. So we can say that these cannot be split into two or more simpler substances by the usual physical method or by simple chemical method, like that of applying heat or light or electric energy. Okay, so we can say that element is a chemical substances which consisting of the atom having the same number of proton in the atomic nuclei. This we will discuss later, that how the element is having the same number of proton. Till that you try to understand that element is what? It is a substance which cannot be split into two or more simpler substances by very usual chemical method. Okay, like that of a hydrogen. Okay, hydrogen. So this hydrogen is an element. So the hydrogen, it cannot be split up by two or more simpler substances. Or if you take an example of oxygen, so oxygen is an element which cannot be broken down into simpler substances by any of the chemical method. Okay, so these are the elements which cannot be separated by. So if suppose if we talk about the compound, which is also a pure substance, so is it possible to break that of the compound by taking help of a usual chemical method like heat or electricity? Then yes, there are some of the compound like that of the water. So water is what? It is a pure substance and it is a compound, not an element. So by using electricity, it is possible to separate or to break the water into hydrogen and oxygen gas. So we can say the element cannot be split up, but the compound, they can be split up by the help of a usual chemical method. Okay, and why element they cannot be split up into two or more simpler substances? So basically it is because these elements are made up of only one kind of atom, so it is difficult to separate them. Okay, for example, if you take an example of a iron metal, so iron metal is made up of only one kind of a atom or one kind of a iron atom. So we can say that iron metal is what? It is an element. You can take any of the example regarding that, like that of the sodium. So sodium is what? Sodium is a non-metal, and sodium is a metal. Sorry, sodium is a metal, and it is also consisting of a made up of a only sodium atom. Okay, so this is also come in that of the element. Okay, so we can say that all the atom of an element, they are identical. Why? Because they all are made up of a same kind of a atom, right? So elements, they are identical Why is it so? Because the elements are having one property, that each element is made up of their respective atoms. Okay, so total 118 elements are known at present, and out of that you say that 94 elements they occur in nature, while remaining the 24 have been prepared artificially. So every substance in this world, it is made up of these elements. So the elements which is discovered, it is found that all the things that is made up of anything that is made up of one or more of these elements. All the substances, they are made up of a element. So some of the common element, if you see, like that of the hydrogen or the oxygen or nitrogen or the sulfur, phosphorus, iodine, magnesium, copper, silver, you see all these things, they are made up of a diamond and graphite. They are the allotropes of a carbon. So they are also, we can say, it is a kind of a element only. Okay. So these all consisting of only one kind of a atom. Now see, the elements which we are talking about, it can be anything. It can be solid, it can be liquid, as well as these elements can be gases. How? Because you see, some of the elements, they are solid at the room temperature, some of the elements, they are liquid, and some of the gases, they are some of the elements, they are gases at the room temperature. Okay, so we are talking about the elements in which state it exists at a room temperature. For example, if we talk about the solid state, you see a lot of metals are there, a lot of elements are there which are solid at room temperature, like that of the copper or iron or sodium, okay, or carbon. So these all lot of things are there, like that of the titanium or vanadium. Okay, potassium is there. So these all are the examples of the elements that are solid at room temperature. Now there are some of the elements are also there which are liquid at room temperature, like that of the bromine or mercury. Okay, so these are the elements which are liquid at the room temperature, and a lot more elements are there which are actually gases at the room temperature, like that of the nitrogen or oxygen or sulfur or hydrogen. So these are the elements, they all are elements, but they exist as gases at the room temperature. Okay, so you see, when we see in a periodic table, we find that the 11 elements are gases, whereas only 2 elements, that is mercury and bromine, they are liquid at the room temperature, while rest of all the elements, they exist as a solid state. So we can say that 11 elements, they exist in a gaseous state, 2 elements, they exist as a liquid state, and in that you can see bromine and that of the mercury. We represent mercury by the symbol Hg. Okay, where all other elements, they are solid at room temperature. Okay. Now you see that many material which is present around us, we are saying that they are having elements and they are made up of an element. It means there is a combination of two or more elements in it. For example, Water, a very good example. This water, it consisting of hydrogen and oxygen. So this hydrogen and oxygen is what? It is an element. Similarly, we can say sugar. So this sugar is C6H, this is a glucose. Sugar is C12H22O11. So you see here, this is the formula of the sugar. So sugar consisting of what? It consisting of a carbon, it consisting of a hydrogen, and it consisting of the oxygen. Okay, like that if we talk about the glucose, okay, that glucose is also consisting of a S12O6, hydrogen, carbon, or oxygen. You can take any of the example and you see that there are the various materials which are made up of two or more elements combined together. So we can say that there are a lot of elements are there, and these all elements, they combine with each other randomly. It means they combine together in a various way and to make an extremely different kind of a material and the objects which are surrounding us. If you see in case of a human body only, then human body is made up of a very complex compound. Like this human body, it consisting of a oxygen element is there, carbon element is also present in it, like that of the carbohydrate. So carbohydrate consisting of the carbon, carbohydrate consisting of the oxygen, as well as hydrogen. Nitrogen is also present in our body in the form of we take nitrogenous food from the leguminous plant. So you see amino acid which is present in we take from protein we extract the amino acid as a monomer. So amino acid is having the nitrogen in it. So 3% nitrogen is there. Then you see we take from the different food nutrient like that of the milk and all, or the sunlight, we obtain that is calcium, which is important for give strengthening to our body. Not only this, you know that there are a lot of macro and a micro elements are present in a human being, and which is very necessary for the proper function of the body. Okay, so they are necessary in a small amount or in the large amount, but they are very essential for our body. Now we will talk about the classification of the metals. So the classification of the elements. So you see the elements, they are made up of only one kind of matter in it. So one kind of particles present in it. So basically these elements are classified into three on the basis of their properties. They are divided into three groups, and that is metal, that is metalloid, and that of the non-metal. So before we go further, we should know the position of the metal, non-metal, and metalloid. You see, this is a periodic table, and this periodic table consisting of all the elements, that is 118 elements are present in this periodic table. So elements are again classified into metal and non-metal and metalloid. So here also the metalloid and non-metals are classified. So you see the blue color are the blue color substances, or blue color are the elements are actually the metal. Okay, they are the metal. They shows the properties of the metal, which we will discuss later. This metalloids is that orange color elements, that orange color boxes you can see here. These elements are actually shows the properties of both, that is metal and non-metal. So they are termed as a metalloids, and they are here. Non-metals, they are the elements which is represented by that of the green boxes. These are the non-metal, including the hydrogen also, although this hydrogen is placed at the top of metal, but basically it shows the properties which is very much related to that of the non-metal, and that's why it is present on this side, but here it shows the properties of the non-metal only. So you see here they are distinguished here, the metal is there, then metalloid, and finally that is of the non-metal. Okay, now we will discuss about the characteristic of the metal, non-metal and metalloid.